All right, welcome to Statistics 101. So we are going to be doing some measures of center. So that is our mean, median, and mode. And we're going to be talking about how our data is spread out. So as you can see, I have some candy bars with calorie counts next to them. I see a bunch of check marks here, and that's because I've rewritten these from least to greatest order because I do need that for our median number. So when we're looking at the mean is just the average. That's the one we probably use the most. So all you're doing is counting up all the calories that we have. We're just going to add them together on a calculator. We have 15 counts of candy bars. So what we're going to do is we're going to add all these calorie counts up that we have here, and then we're just going to add them up. Once we're done adding them up, which we have already done here, it's 3,037. And take that, and we're going to divide it by 15 because there are 15 types of candy bars. Even though there are repeats, it doesn't matter. We still have to divide by whatever number of items we have. So when I do that, I get an average amount of calories, which is 202.46 repeating. So we're going to say that the average is about 202, let's just go 0.5. So again, that is 0.46, but I'm going to round that up to 0.5 because we're just going to do the nearest tenth. So that's how many calories we would have as far as the average goes. And then when we're looking at our median, the reason why I have these in least to greatest order, we're actually going to wait to do that one because that one's probably the more extensive out of all of them. And so we're going to take a look at our mode. And mode is just the most repeated number. So if I look through this, there's only one number that is repeated, and that is right up here at the top, which is at 150. So that's the most repeated number. Now, modes may not happen at all, so you might not have a repeated number. The other case could be that if, when you're looking at your modes, you have multiple repeating most modes, meaning like, let's just say I had 3 sets of numbers that had a repeat of 3. Like there were 3 of each of them, and that was the most repeated number. It can have 3 modes. So you know, whatever you look at, whatever one is repeated the most times is what your answer is for the mode, and there can be multiple and there can be no mode. Now, for the last part of this, what we're gonna do is we have 15 points here. So when we're looking at doing the median needs to be from least to greatest order. So I do have those from 60 all the way up to 291. What we're gonna do is we need to find the spot in the middle. So because there are 15, this makes it a little bit of a different situation than if there is an even number. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, there's 7 right here. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like, I'm just gonna show you this so you can see it. So essentially what you're doing is you take the number 15, divide it by 2, because you need the midway point. It's 7.5. So that means that there are 7 numbers at the beginning, there's 7 numbers after it, and then the one in the middle, which is left by itself, which is 218. That is your median number. Now, if you have an even amount of numbers, let's just say I had 14 numbers, then I would have 7 and 7. So in that case, you'd take your 7th and your 8th number. So you would take the 2 of those middle numbers, add them together, and find the average of that. But when it's an odd number, it's easy because you just divide that number, whatever number of data points you have, divide it in half. Like this one was 7.5. That means that 8 is your number. Your 8th number is the middle number. So if it comes out like that, then it's the number, like you round it up. If it happens to be a nice even number, then obviously that means that you take that number, whatever your half of that number is, and then the number above it, and then you'd average them. So in this case, 218 is my median number, and that would be how many calories we would have for the median. And if you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at YouWantAlgebra. These are all going to be in the statistics section.